Okay. Hello. Hey, everybody. So, tonight I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about Avatar. And it is kind of cold out here, but I don't know. So I might make this short. So, I want to talk about Avatar the movie. And I don't know. I went to go see it twice already. Well, my children had wanted to go and see it, and so I took them to go see it twice. Now, did you know that the logo for Avatar 2, I guess the front of the cover, okay, it has kind of like a V, and then it has like an upside down V over top of it for the A. Now, that's also a Freemason logo. And I'm going to post a picture for the logo for this video. So, they literally tell you in the movie what they've done. And that's why it's like they stamped it, right? They stamped it with their tag. Okay, because that's what you have to think of, like the Freemason logo, and like how you see it like throughout the world. It's just like their tag, right? It's like their marking. It's their marking of, oh, you can see my breath. It's cold out here. But you can see it's like they tag it, okay? And anyone that like think of a psychopath or a sociopath, okay? And they like do like a messed up thing, and it's like they have to like tag their I don't know, their work, I guess, right? So now in the movie, okay, it's basically how we used to be. We used to be some sort of, avatar looking thing, or maybe we could have been this as well. Like we also could have been human, what we look like now. But also they have lowered the frequency down to where that it had diminished our light, which like avatars are basically like light, right? Because they're just very I don't know, just transcendent. Oh my God, I can't think of the word, but so it tells you all about the tree of life. There's so many trees of life in Avatar. I think we saw 2 so far. Like one was in the mountains, like in the trees. They had the one for the tree of life, and then they had one for the water. And that had a tree of life there as well. And they showed you how that the tree of life was like symbolic, and it was symbolic to the avatars, to the clan, right? To Earth's children. Like that was their connection. That was their connection to source. That was their connection to God, to ancestors, to wisdom, to knowledge, to, I guess, the Akashic records, that was connected to everything. Because everything is connected, right? And it's like they don't understand this. Like the Freemasons, like the ones that came here and invaded, they don't understand the value of how important, how important, like the, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the value of the roots, right? Now think of like the tree of life, and what happens. It grows, right? It just completely grows all of the roots, and it just, and it all connects like a vein, right? Like a vein, or like when you have a lightning bolt and you see all the, like the fragmented layers coming off the lightning bolt. Think of, like a leaf, think of a leaf, and it has, it has the veins in it, and it's just like, it goes like all sorts of ways. What else? Like your veins, your whole body system, right? It's kind of like, Like if you look at just your veins throughout your body and take out like the bones and body parts, like you'll see it's like a connection. It's I don't know. So when they came here and like they invaded, it's like they just wanted to take over everything, right? It's like they got so scared of this light because imagine like they're fallen angels and they don't live in that frequency any longer. They don't live in that frequency of peace and harmony. They live in a frequency of destruction and not going within and healing their wounds and they're runners, right? They're just runners. And it just tells you in the movie, basically what this realm, what Earth used to be like. And they completely destroyed it. And they brought that sick shit here. And when they invaded and then they took over, and then they took the realm down to a fallen realm, the frequencies, because they were slaughtering animals, they were murdering people, they were raping, they were, and they took those avatars, basically think of them as like the 144,000, right? They took them and they made them their slaves and they made them do whatever, because out of fear, right? Because they no longer were able to, stand together as a tribe because they had just completely ruined their homes, destroyed their homes, destroyed their way of living, they, took families and spread them apart. And that's what you could see too in today. Like they have like the Operation Pied Piper, you have the resets, and it's like they don't understand how this realm works because everything is connected, all right? And the ones like us, like we can feel the connection, like we can feel the vibration of like Mother Earth, like we can feel her. We can, when you're that tapped in, and they can't feel that. And so when we like try to describe to them, that like the feelings like we feel connected, right? And we try to explain it to them and they don't get it because they still live in the lower frequencies of the ego and the reptilian mind. So I just wanted to talk about how Avatar is an actual documentary. It's a documentary and they tell you what they did to the people here. And then look at the avatars and how tall they were. And then what do you see throughout the world? You see buildings, majestical buildings too, like not ones that are just like cookie cutter ones, right? It was beautiful back then. And they came here and they just gave us this crap because they can't think for themselves. They need a computer to think for them. But the doorways to get into buildings, they were huge, right? It's like the Nephilim, right? Could the avatars have been Nephilims, right? Or something, or not even, maybe they like how about Jack and the Beanstalk, right? How big was Jack? How like his beanstalk, right? And look at the Avatar, and like what, he was up on a rock, Jack and the Beanstalk or something, or no, something like that. He had to like go up into the clouds, like climb that the beanstalk. But I don't know. If you haven't watched Avatar, I don't really like watching movies, but ever since my awakening, they have to tell you in movies what they've done, because then they're like, oh, well, that's how we get away with karma. No, it's not how you get away with karma at all. Look at the world right now. The world's waking up. That wasn't the way to go. You're supposed to do everything from your heart space. You're supposed to do things from your heart, and that's how you take over the realm, because this realm is a heart-based realm. This is the frequencies that we live in. We live in the frequencies of love, of compassion and truth and honesty and dignity. And what else? And forgiveness, right? So just think of I don't know, just the Avatar. They tell you. They completely tell you what they did when they came here. And all the beautiful animals that were here. So in Avatar as well, like the animals were huge, completely huge. Okay. And what else? Like in the Avatar, they had like Jonah the whale, right? There was Avatar 2, there was that one big that sea creature. I can't remember what it was, but he opened its mouth and the boy went inside. That's kind of like, like it's kind of like the whale, right? It's just a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of symbolism. And so when they came and they started doing those things, okay, because now we don't have those beautiful animals anymore, right? We don't have those the high vibrational animals, like, and also humans too. So what happened is that when they came and they did that, it lowered the frequencies down. And so we weren't able to vibrate at those frequencies. So we were not able to hold in, living forever. Like we were stuck then. We had fragmented parts of us. Our inner child got fragmented. And so it took us out of harmony within our soul. And that's when we started aging. We started, losing, we started losing that, like the way that the way that they all looked. Like we lost that because it diminished our light. It diminished, our wisdom. It took us out of the frequency of God, of source, our prime creator. It took us out of that frequency. And then it put us into what? Into a fallen realm, to where now we have karma, and we keep playing these karmic loops over and over and over. And a majority of us, we want to get out of the karmic loops. And it's just very hard when you have the fallen who try to just bring us back down again, right? Because they are so scared of going within. Like they're scared, like scared shitless to go within. Because they don't know, they can't see the light. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. When we can, like we feel it, we see it, and it's just like, it's like literally like right there, and then it's just like, once you're like, you're there kind of like, once you like see it, and then it's just like, you got them keep coming over, right? And they pull you back down. And that's the, flying monkeys and the worker bees. They work for the queen, right? So that way the queen can harvest all this energy for herself and not share it with anybody else. And she doesn't even share it with her worker bees. She shares it for herself. And then she gives her worker bees scraps. She gives them the discard, the fucking, she gives them McDonald's. Basically, they get McDonald's. Yeah, they get McDonald's. That's like the worst thing you could possibly have anyway, right? It's McDonald's. But yeah, so Avatar is definitely a documentary, and they literally tell you what they did when they came here. And imagine how much karma is accrued on them right now for doing what they've done for a very long time. And then they literally tried to cage us into an AI simulation. They're trying to. It ain't gonna happen. I ain't fucking living in no AI simulation. I don't know about you. But I want to go back to my avatar. I want to go back to living through the highest vibrational frequencies. Living through God's way. Living through, it's like when you're in that flow. It's just, you're in that flow and it's just like everything just works, right? I should talk about another video about flow. But yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd share about that. I don't know if I hit the right things or not. My brain's just kind of out of little whack just from the past couple days. I am better though. I am better. Yep. Anyway. All right. You guys have a good night, and I love you.